Welcome to Brain Bites, your quick dose of science and strategies for an unshakable brain. I'm your host, Dr. Kylie, and in the next few minutes, you'll get a sharp insight to feed your brain. Let's dig in. Have we been lied to about motivation? We've all been taught the same story. Wait until you feel motivated, then take action. Or is it take action to feel motivated? Feeling motivated to work out? Then go to the gym. Feeling motivated to work on your project? Then sit down and do it. Feeling motivated to make the change? Start. But here's what neuroscience now reveals. That is completely backwards. Motivation doesn't come before action. It comes after. Let me say that one more time. Motivation doesn't come before action. Motivation comes after action. Studies show that your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good, focus-sharpening chemical, only after you begin doing the task, not while you're thinking about it, not while you're waiting to feel ready, after you start. This changes everything. Dopamine isn't just a pleasure signal, it's part of a powerful reward cycle that reinforces behavior and builds long-term drive. When you take that first step, whether it's a workout, a work session, cleaning your kitchen, sending that email, your brain starts rewarding you chemically. That dopamine rush encourages you to keep going. It builds focus, it creates momentum, and it generates the very motivation you were waiting for. This is why the hardest part of any task is simply starting. Not because the task itself is hard, because your brain hasn't released the dopamine yet. Once you start, your brain kicks in, the chemistry shifts, and suddenly you want to keep going. This insight flips the script on procrastination. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's not lack of discipline. It's your brain waiting for a chemical signal that only comes after you act. So, waiting to feel motivated is the wrong strategy. Neuroscience proves that small actions lead to chemical changes in the brain that generate the motivation you were hoping for. Action activates the system, not planning, not wishing, not waiting. Think about the last time you finally started something you'd been avoiding. Maybe it was cleaning out a closet, starting a workout routine, tackling a big project. The first 5 minutes were brutal. You had to force yourself, but once you got into it, you didn't want to stop. That wasn't willpower. That was dopamine. Your brain started rewarding you for the behavior, and the reward made you want to continue. This is how motivation actually works. It's not the fuel, it's the reward. Think about it in terms of like a runner's high. You don't get the runner's high until you're already into the run. You have to start the run in order to experience the runner's high. So, if this is how motivation works, how it really works, how do we use this information? Well, one, we lower the barrier of entry. Make starting so small that your brain can't resist. Don't tell yourself you have to work for an hour. Tell yourself you're good putting on your shoes. That's it, just the shoes. Don't tell yourself you have to write the whole report. Tell yourself you're opening the document. That's it. And then just open it. Don't tell yourself you have to clean the whole house. Tell yourself you're picking up 5 things. That's it, just 5. Your brain doesn't need a massive task to release dopamine. It just needs forward motion. And once the dopamine hits, you'll keep going. Not because you suddenly found motivation, but because your brain is now chemically invested in continuing. Every time you act, you train your mind to crave more progress. Motivation isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. One small action at a time. So your weekly challenge is, this week, Pick one thing you've been, quote, procrastinating on. Just one. Now shrink the starting task to something laughably small. So small it feels ridiculous not to do it. Want to start journaling? Don't commit to writing a page. Commit to writing one sentence. Want to start reading more? Don't commit to writing a chapter. Commit to reading one page. Want to start exercising? Don't commit to a full workout. Commit to putting on your workout clothes. In my case, commit to getting on the Peloton bike. And then once you get on it and you get going, you know exactly how you're going to feel, because that's when the dopamine is released, not before. That's it. That's your only job. Start absurdly small. Then notice what happens. Notice how once you start, your brain wants to keep going. Notice the dopamine kicking in. You're not building motivation, you're building momentum. And momentum is what creates an unshakable brain. Stop waiting to feel ready. Start moving and your brain will catch up. Our unshakable brain fact for the week is this. The brain's dopamine system doesn't just reward completion, it rewards progress. Even tiny steps forward trigger dopamine release, which is why breaking big goals into micro actions is so effective. Your brain doesn't care if you finish the whole task today. It just wants to know you're moving in the right direction. Progress, not perfection, is what keeps your motivation system firing. I hope you've loved these little Brain by episodes as much as I have. If you have, I would also love it if you could leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. This podcast is brought to you by Dr. Rewire's Brain DNA Test. Discover your unique genetic blueprint for optimal brain health, no matter your age. Have you heard about the natural art of being alive, or NABA? If you have lab markers outside of my recommended values and you're looking for real solutions, NABA is where you want to go. They offer a powerful healing community with wellness journeys designed for you to solve your, quote, normal blood work problems, end quote. Oh, and I also have another podcast. It's called Pep Talk, Peptides Unpacked, because who knew how powerful peptides were, and these incredible stories I've heard of not just GLP-1s, but other peptides as well. So if you haven't started listening to it yet, I highly recommend that you do. We decipher the myths and truths about advanced peptide therapy. You can find it now on your favorite podcast listening platform. Again, that's Pep Talk, Peptides Unpacked. It is bright pink. So look for the bright pink podcast logo. Whether you want to start one of these healing modalities or you're looking to grow your income streams as an entrepreneur by becoming an affiliate like I am, get started today at drkylieburton.com. See you next week.